Now, let's look at the badass bait checklist. This is where we're going to really get into the psychology of how to create great bait. All right. So pay attention, guys. Let me get a quick drink of water. There it is. Okay. Here we go. Specific promise. These are the things you need to ask yourself when you're creating your bait. Does my bait offer an ultra specific solution? Specific prospect to an ultra specific prospect. So, does my bait offer an ultra specific solution to an ultra specific prospect? All right. For instance, mothers are not ultra specific, but mothers who are looking to run a Facebook ad agency part time, that's specific. It's pretty friggin' specific. Or people that want to grow their own food and, for their family, that's ultra specific. Not everybody, that's not your common everyday thing like mothers, daughters, business people. That's common. This is ultra specific. Pre-frame shift. Does your bait adjust the mindset of your customer to prep them for further interaction with your company? All right. So, think about it this way. .com Secrets, that book that Russell Brunson sells, free plus shipping. If he just said, hey, sign up for ClickFunnels where you can run all these sales funnels, you're kind of like, well, sales funnels, ClickFunnels will help me quickly build sales funnel. Why do I need a sales funnel? Okay, that's not a good situation. But if you give away, he gives away .com secrets, the secrets to these, internet marketing, how to do great internet marketing. So you get the book, you read the book, and you're like, okay, oh, that's cool. Okay. That's how I sell this, or this is how I sell that. Oh, is that sales funnel? Oh, that's cool. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. Now your mindset has been changed. You've been pre-framed and shifted. So now when he's like, oh, you can easily run these sales funnels by using my product ClickFunnels. Now you're like, oh, now I need ClickFunnels because now I need it to put into practice everything I just learned. So that's why that pre-frame shift is super important. Okay. Again, when I do my free webinars and stuff, you don't yet know that psychology is such a big part of Facebook ads. Okay. So when I eventually sell you on my course, I talk a lot about psychology. But if I just immediately started talking about psychology, you'd be like, well, what the psychology? I just want a cost per click and blah, blah, blah. I have to pre-frame you on that so that you see how important it is. And then I sell you on the product that shows you how to do it. Because at that point, now you want to learn it. All right. You've been pre-framed. You've been shifted. All right. Promise. Does your bait make a big promise and actually deliver on that promise? So this kind of echoes the specific promise, but I'm including it again because I want to make sure that you guys deliver. Do you deliver? Do you actually deliver on that? You've offered it. That's fine. You've offered it here. You've offered this ultra specific promise, but did you deliver? Okay. Did you really, really deliver? Perceived value. Does your bait look like it should be free, or does it look like you could actually charge for it? If you look at your bait and you say, yep, this is definitely something that should be free, then it's not good enough. But if you look at your bait and you say, you know what, should I charge for this? I bet I could charge for this. Oh, perfect. Give it away. All right. Must have perceived value. The number one thing. Does your bait address the number one thing your customer wants to have or know based on your customer research? Now, you might say again, oh, well, this kind of echoes the specific promise. This is so important that I'm saying it in 3 different ways, okay? Because you guys got to do this. I want you to check this stuff off. I want you to ask yourself this as you create your bait and check it off. Does your bait address the number one thing your customer wants to have or know based on your customer research? Aha moment. Does your bait have an aha moment for the customer? You need this to keep your customer's attention. So for instance, if I show you something with Facebook ads in a free webinar or a free PDF, there needs to be some sort of moment in there where you're like, oh, that's how it's done. Or that's how he did it. Oh, you got to have that moment. And when you have that moment, you know, usually you have that moment because you made that specific promise to that specific prospect and you delivered on that promise and you made sure that that was the number one thing, which should result in some sort of aha moment. All right. Immediate gratification. Does your bait give them the win now? Something, even small. Don't make them wait through multi-day courses for the aha moment. All right. So that's not to say you can't do a multi-day course, but don't give that win, that immediate gratification at the end. All right. For instance, one of my immediate gratifications is I give away the Jedi targeting trick. So I show you that you should, I don't get into specifics on it early in my freebies, but I basically say, don't target interests, target your competitors. Because when you target your competitors, you're definitely targeting the right type of person because they're already interested in purchasing things that you sell. All right. That's why when I do targeting, I'll target people like Amy Porterfield or Ryan Dice or Derek Halpern because they all sell similar stuff that I sell. So if you're interested in those people, most likely you're interested in what I got. All right. So the last rule or the last thing on the checklist is the 5-minute rule. Can your bait be consumed in 5 minutes or less? I've often called this a 5-minute freebie. Now, the only thing that doesn't apply here for this is a webinar. Don't ask me why. I really don't know because here's the thing. If you said, here's a free hour-and-a-half video on how to do this ultimate desire, probably not a lot of people would sign up for it. But if you're like, hey, attend this free hour-and-a-half webinar where you'll learn how to do this ultimate desire, a lot of people sign up for it. I don't know why. It probably has something to do with that whole, oh, I'm in a class. I'm not just watching a video. Something psychological there. Again, I'm teaching you guys a lot of psychology with Facebook ads, but that doesn't mean I am a psychologist. So I just know this stuff. A lot of this stuff works. Some of this stuff goes really deep, but I know that webinars are an exception to this rule always. Now, let's talk about the rule. Why do you want it to be 5 minutes or less? Well, there's a few reasons. One, people are busy. You want to impress them, give them that promise, that win, that aha moment quickly before they get disinterested and move on to something else. And then they never absorb the rest of your content because they didn't absorb the first one. They're not pre-frame shifted. Okay. So making it 5 minutes or less is easily digestible. Plus, most people, when they don't know you, they don't know who you are, you're only going to give you 5 minutes. Okay. So they're not going to sit through. It's highly unlikely they're going to sit through a 3-day course if you're not famous or well known. If you're out of the blue nowhere, they're like, man, I don't know if I want to invest, 30 minutes a day for 5 days. Or I don't know if I want to read a 20-page ebook. That's a long time. I don't even know if this guy's legit or if he's helpful or not. I don't know. But if you give them something that only takes 5 minutes to digest, they'll might be like, all right, this guy looks pretty cool. This girl looks pretty cool. Maybe I'll give her 5 minutes to impress me. So you read it, you get impressed, and now you're like, oh wow, this girl's good or this guy's good. All right. Then you get an email 2 days later, hey, attend this 3-day course or attend. Now you're like, okay, well, she impressed me in the first 5 minutes with the cheat sheet or the this or the that. All right, I'll go ahead and attend. And now they're pre-framed. Again, pre-framed. The more pre-framed you are, the longer content you can give your audience and your customers. But if they're not pre-framed at all, you definitely want to stick to 5 minutes. Again, webinars for some flipping reason are the exception to the rule. All right, but they're also very hard. I know people that have tried for 2 years to do webinars great and failed, and then eventually they get it. I even failed at first, and then my first webinar where I made really good money, I made $4,000 off 80 people in the webinar, and I was like, oh, finally, all right. Let's look at an example breakdown. We'll look at one of mine, my how to create Facebook ads that don't suck, how I turned $450 and $900,000 webinar. Now, I'm using the webinar because I want to show you, even with a webinar or with any of this stuff, it's all the same thing. Okay. It's all the same um, specifications. So specific promise. I promised to show how I did 900,000 in sales from a $441 ad spend. This right here is what I promise. And people specifically want to make a lot of money off a little money with Facebook ads. Specific prospect, people wanting to make money with Facebook ads. All right. It's not like you can walk into a grocery store and be like, hey, do you want to make money with Facebook ads? They're going to be like, what the fuck? But if you say, hey, are you a mother? That's not specific. Oh yeah, I have a child. That's common. This is pretty specific. People wanting to make money with Facebook. That's pretty specific. Pre-frame shift. First, I show my results. Then I introduce my approach, which is based on a lot of psychology. Now they trust this approach and want to learn it. Before this pre-frame, they could care less to learn my approach. So in the webinar or in the cheat sheet or whatever it is you're doing, I first show them all these results. I show them screenshots of the campaigns and screenshots of the money generated and the emails. I even go into the emails from the condo association. When I sold the $900,000 in condos, she's like, yeah, we sold 6 condos. I go into all that. I show all that. And then I also show, pictures of me on TV talking about it and stuff like that. So I show it. All right. Pre-frame. Now I've shifted them to where they're like, okay, this guy gets results. I need to know how he does it. So now they're ready to learn. Before they wouldn't be, they could care less. But now they're like, okay, I want to learn Dan's method. All right. Perceived value. Related trainings like this have sold from anywhere from $37 to $299. All right. In fact, I've actually sold webinars for $37. I've sold replays. Like, oh, if you missed the live, you can buy the replay. I've sold webinars like this. So there is a perceived value, and it definitely looks like something that you could charge for. Okay. Number one thing, my prospect at the end of the day, they want sales through Facebook ads. And in this, I really give away the farm and I show my process. I really do. The aha moment. The aha moment is my unique process. And I actually hit several aha moments. It's my unique process. I show my ads. So they're like, oh, that's what his ad looks like. I demonstrated split testing. And I also talked about targeting the customer, not interest. So there's those aha moments. Oh, aha. Oh. Okay, so there's those aha moments. Immediate gratification. I show them how to approach targeting they can implement right now. So I do show them something in this webinar that they can go right in their Facebook ads dashboard and try, and it should work. Immediate gratification. Plus, there's also the immediate gratification of now knowing a bit about my process, seeing the ads. There's that immediate gratification. So the aha moment and the immediate gratification are similar, except with the immediate gratification, you definitely want to kind of give them steps that they can use, they can put into practice. All right, that's important. 5-minute rule. No, this does not cover the 5-minute rule. But again, webinars are the only exception to this rule that I've found. If you find another one, please let me know.